Get ready. It's time for a well-deserved break, Pittsburgh, with Heather Abraham and David Highfield from the KDKA TV studios. It's Pittsburgh Today Live.
Comment on that. No. All right, it's Monday, everybody. We hope you had a fantastic weekend.
It went so fast.
It did.
And I feel like I had to remind myself how close we are to Christmas.
Oh, and then you panic,
and
right?
then you have that moment
like oh, I'm not ready.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not ready. No, we were both shopping yesterday afternoon because you called me and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Wait, David.
I'm just in a panic mode.
I called David and he's like, there's parking. And I said, well, then I'm coming too.
I know. All right, so we have a lot to get to this weekend. We do want to mention, hey, the Steelers did lose yesterday, but
thanks for the breaking news.
No, but because here's the good news. But because a couple other teams lost, the Steelers know they are in the playoffs.
I know that because I was watching you this morning.
Thank you.
And I saw Lauren Linder's report.
To the KDKA TV morning news every morning right here on KDKA.
Can you give him a wink too? Okay, there we go.
All right, the plug is complete now.
So we had a very full weekend, and I have to thank our babysitter, Shannon, and her husband, Jim, for treating us to, this was their Christmas gift. This is the second year we've done this now, where we go to the Pittsburgh
Botanic Gardens. And I like Shannon a lot. She's very nice.
She's so nice. So we went to the Pittsburgh Botanic Gardens, and I didn't mean to start with this picture. I'll explain this one in just a second. But they have this wonderful, sprawling display. You walk through the gardens and they have lights everywhere and hot chocolate and little snacks. And it's just, and there's music everywhere. This was not real snow, even though it looks like it.
Really? What was it?
It was, I think she told me Mr. Bubble and something else. I can't remember what it was, but it smelled delightful. And so it creates this,
oh, I bet it did, yeah.
But the kids love, towards the end, this laser show. And I realized at one point that some of the lasers stay still, others are set to lights. But if you stand, then you get the laser right in the back. You can eat the laser. And so all the kids wanted to try
Take a turn of eating the laser. You know what? People have talked about how cool this is.
It's really
And
nice.
your pictures are great. Like these look like the way you're in focus and then you're out of focus. And like, you should be a photographer.
It's portrait mode. I do nothing. But thank you, David.
Yeah, you know.
It was a really chilly evening, but we warmed up by going to Giuliano's. And it's so funny because when I walked in, I had forgotten that we had our Friday free-for-all special on Friday. Selena mentioned Giuliano's, and so when we walked in, Nick, the owner, was like, every time Selena or anybody else brings up Giuliano, we get slammed. And so they were so busy, but we had a great meal. We had some pizza and the pepperoni roll. And then at the very end, I didn't take a picture, but they have fried dough and chocolate dipping sauce, and it is amazing.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And
the
then
pizza looks good too.
On Saturday, we had a combined Secret Santa ugly Christmas sweater dip miss party at our house.
A what? I was up. Dip miss?
Dips miss?
Dips miss.
So dips giving was a big trend where you have these parties and everybody brings a dip and you vote on it.
Oh, okay, all right.
So everybody brought a dip and we voted on the best dip of the evening.
Oh, that's fun.
It was so fun.
That's a great idea.
You just want a snack. Nobody wants to sit down for a full meal.
Right.
But the kids played. I made this winter sangria. We had charcuterie. We had music. We played games. We played human life-size on the floor tic-tac-toe.
That's awesome. Are there pictures of that?
I did not.
Okay.
Once the games ensued, let's just say some beverages had been had.
All right, it's wise to take, your pictures might not have been so perfect then of that.
But it was great. We got into the holiday season, I would say, the spirit of it all.
That's awesome.
How was your weekend?
You know what? It flew by, and basically, I'm going to give you a food tour. That's how my weekend's going to work. So we're going to begin with, and we're just going to keep moving. So Friday night, Gary and Steven, our friends in Verona, invited us over, and they cooked this fabulous meal, but I took a picture of the dessert, this wonderful chocolate mousse cake. It was great. I'm just getting started. So on Saturday night, Pam and Paul had a holiday open house. Those are our friends Pam and Paul in Mount Lebanon. gorgeous, gorgeous house. And this is the winning cookie. So they have we got to meet a lot of their neighbors. They live in Mount Lebanon, and this wonderful street, they have this cookie contest. So everybody bakes
fun.
cookies. The winner, so it's a Rice Krispie treat, but it's made with peanut butter, and then it's chocolate on the top with sprinkles. That was the winning cookie this year.
Wait,
I will also say they had a Buckeye that was really good too.
So you were drawn to the peanut butter.
In fact, I think I ate all cookies first before I actually ate any real food.
So wait, how did they make a Rice Krispie treat with peanut butter?
I don't know. Somehow peanut butter was infused.
With the marshmallow?
See, I didn't get the recipe. Sorry.
Because the marshmallow
I think
is what
must. Yeah, so it must be added
Maybe
in that
instead
way.
of the butter.
I don't know. Hopefully they're watching and they will tell me and we can share the recipe.
Because I think you melt butter with the marshmallows, and that's what kind of.
Yes,
so maybe
I remember this.
Instead, they melt peanut butter and add it with the marshmallow. Ooh.
Maybe, but I'll tell you, it was delicious. All right, we're on a roll. More food. So next, we come home from the party, and on our door, our friends Ray and Susan, they're so wonderful. They're just awesome. He bakes bread a lot of times and he'll drop off bread. These pizzelles. And then he made tomato jam, which I haven't tried yet. The pizzelles are all gone. They're they lasted so little time.
And you love.
With anise. I love the anise.
That's the one thing
Bring
I don't
it
like
on.
about those cookies.
But you know what though? It's okay because we don't have to agree on everything.
That's right.
You know, it's fun when we disagree, right?
Uh-huh.
On things and we're not all the same. And then
Oh my gosh,
Sunday
you
afternoon. So this is all a food tour. So this is just so here's what happens Sunday afternoon after tennis. We come home. Gary, I mean it's just chicken noodle soup from a can, but he made grilled cheese, and then we sit down and Marvin jumps up at the end of the table. Look at that face. Somehow he can smell chicken from like a mile away. And he is right there. No, I didn't.
Because you were listening to Dr. Mike?
Because I'm listening to Dr. Mike.
Yeah.
And you can love him without always feeding him. And that's the important thing that I'm trying to learn.
That's true.
Because we have weigh-ins now each week. So what I do is I don't have a scale that you can weigh just Marvin. So I hold him and then I subtract what I weigh.
Ooh. How's that going? Oh, gosh, I would hate that.
There's a lot of math involved is what's happening.
I haven't stepped on a scale in so long. I hate it.
Well, it's not always a fun thing to do.
It's not a fun
thing
to do.
But anyway,
this time of year.
That's what we've been doing. So anyway, it was a tour de force, all about food all weekend long.
Now I'm hungry.
Yes.
Now I'm hungry. If you were watching on Friday, we heard from so many of you that actually did. We devoted the whole hour to answering your questions. This was a blast.
I love this. I want to do it again because all of Team PTL was involved. So Selena and Kelly weren't able to. Katie.
It's Monday morning.
I'm losing my mind. I really cannot remember what's going on. But anyway, they joined us because they joined us with video. Everyone else was live in the studio, which was great fun just to finally answer so many of these questions that we don't get to because we talk too much.
Well, that's true. And you know what? I saw one comment from someone who saw us drinking the Cosmos that we had in the kitchen when we were talking about food, and they commented that they made your Santapolitan.
Oh, yeah.
And so people maybe perhaps were partaking with us on Friday.
Maybe, you know, yes.
It's a lot of fun.
All right, if you missed it, by the way, we're going to re-air that special. It's going to be the Friday after Christmas, so it's December 27th if you want to see that again.
All right, now
it may be even better then.
It'll be the same show.
Even better.
Better the second time around. We love our friends Rachel and John over at Yajagoff, and they are doing something that is so Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so Pittsburgh parking chairs. They do this every year. This is their 7th year coming up with a Christmas tree ornament based on the parking chair. Because this is like one of the most iconic Pittsburgh things, to like shovel out your space and then put a parking chair there to save that parking spot, right? So this is this year's tree or ornament. And it's an Adirondack chair.
And it's so cute.
It's really cute.
On the back of the, well, do we want to talk first about this? So this is this year's chair. We have video of the one from last year as well.
I want to show you kind of what it's all about. So this gives you an idea.
And they have help from Mary Mac Bakehouse. We've actually had Mary on Talk Pittsburgh before. She is a wonderful human being.
Yeah, and
she's wonderful.
Wampum.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So she comes up with, she's able to make these, and she comes up with the ideas. So last time around, it was a little fancier chair. This was a chair that she said she actually used when people would come to her house.
There you go.
To pick up lady locks.
And you could see it. You could see that. Do you see in the box how you see the picture on the back?
Oh, I do see the picture. Yeah.
Like, there's your proof. There's your proof.
Right. So this year, the story is a little bit different. This is about Dad's been sitting out in his parking chair, drinking coffee, staring down the neighbors, and now his cup is actually frozen to the chair, which is cute. It's a really neat idea.
This is me. I'm a front porcher.
Yeah?
I like to sit on the front porch. I like to see what the neighbors are up to. I like to be a little
that's how you be connected to your neighbors. You get to talk with everybody.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, we have a link to their website if you want to buy one of these. $32 this year, and it includes shipping.
So
I can't believe I called Katie Kelly.
Well, do you know what
I'm so close. I'm sorry, Katie.
Our executive producer is Krista Kelly, and we also have Kelly on Talk Pittsburgh and Katie, and so there's all these.
There's a lot of K's.
And then you're like,
and we work here at KDKA.
Right.
Yeah.
So then you just add that into the mix, and then all of a sudden, all you can see is the letter and not the
exactly.
photos.
Exactly.
I know so many people are busy this time of year because we have gatherings and parties and all of that. But outside of that, apparently a lot of people feel like they're in a rut socially. Yeah.
So there was a survey taken, and people are saying they're not making enough new friends. They're not doing, 39% of people say they haven't made a new friend in a year. 38% say they haven't gone to a party in at least 6 months. And 59% say they haven't been to a concert with a friend in more than a year. So I do think you need to like socially be able to branch out. And I feel like sometimes as we get older, we do fewer things. We become more insulated and don't even want to leave the house, So I understand why some of them think they're in a rut.
Well, it's funny because they asked these people if they've done any of these things, but they didn't say, are you unhappy because you haven't done any of these things?
I am very happy being in a rut. Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't gone to a concert in a long time because, quite honestly, I don't like the crowds of it all.
Yeah. That's the thing for me, too.
I feel stuck, like when you're trying to get out and then you're waiting and there's all these people. I don't know. I feel claustrophobic by it all. Does that make sense?
I totally agree. Yeah, and somehow when it's it makes total sense.
I don't know.
It does. All right, let's get to our holiday animals, because most of these animals are dressed up for the holidays. They're gussied up and they're ready for television.
This first one is Wonka.
We love Wonka.
The holiday rooster. This is adorable.
Sent in by his mom, BJ, from West Newton. Wonka is 6 years old. Wonka was hatched in an incubator and lives in the house. They say he's a little bit spoiled. He loves watching Bluey on TV, eating corn and grapes, and going to Dairy Queen for an ice cream cone. So do I.
Could you imagine, though, if you're the employee at Dairy Queen, what's the equivalent of like a pup cup at Dairy Queen?
Right.
You're like, and I'll do one small blizzard.
For my rooster,
and then
Wonka.
Pull up to the drive-thru and you see the rooster in the passenger seat. I
love a tassel cap.
Love this image.
Oh, this is awesome.
Love that so much. Thank you for sharing that, BJ. Up next, we have Amanda's Dalmatians from Sewickley. Take a look at them.
Shiloh and Violet dressed as Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Looking good. Looking good. All right, next up, we're heading to Midland, Beaver County. This one came to us from Maureen. She sent us pictures of her babies.
Oh, Sophie and Chloe. They're both 16 and a half years old.
And they both look really sweet.
So sweet.
And they're looking very festive. All right, last up is Mary, who lives in Jeanette.
And this is Fonzie.
I love Fonzie for a name.
Is it Schnauzer or Schnauzer?
I think it's Schnauzer.
Schnauzer.
Yeah. So he's apparently telling Santa what he wants for Christmas. And I just think Fonzie's a great name.
Do you think it's a bone? Because he's been a good boy?
Oh, yeah. He's going to do well. You can tell Fonzie's been a good boy.
You can tell.
All right, let us know if you have pets. Email them to us. We want to see them. We love sharing them. We really do. All right, coming up, remember all those toys you donated at this year's PTL Toy Drive? Well, they made it to the Best of the Batch Foundation. Daisy is there to show us what happens next.
And speaking of gifts and gatherings this holiday season, we're walking through some etiquette tips, like how to leave a party gracefully. And is a regift okay?
Oh, good good questions. But first, we're introducing you to Logan. His life was changed forever because of the generosity of friends and neighbors like you. We're kicking off Free Care Fund Week for UPMC Children's Hospital with a story that will warm your heart and inspire you.
It's Monday, December 16th. We are so glad that you're starting your week off here with us. We'll be right back.